Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet, and today, Chapter 9 from Field of Chaos, the Jungle Edition. Andrew arrived at the biker's lot just before sunset. He collected the water, talked to the cat, disabled Kingston's great TLA traps that could have decapitated him with a large pick, and set the fire. He cooked some more of the cheap packet broth and found the cheap working-class sedation material. Reading an article, it compared itself to the Bible and claimed to be better. The logic? Hundreds of thousands had died for the Bible, and yet no one had ever been killed because of tits. It was a truly intellectual magazine, with a deep political message that really touched Andrew's heart. It saddened Andrew. Such things were even available to the masses, and Andrew guessed it must have had a market. Perhaps it was the simplicity of the market that saddened Andrew, that ultimately the publisher assumed that all men were so shallow that the only section of their brain that needed challenging was the erotic regions. It gave an idea of what the dweller of the building was like. The previous occupant had been a military veteran who had found refuge in skinhead teachings. The previous occupant's literature was still scattered on the shelves. Andrew poked at it, but it didn't jump. Andrew went to bed. The large fire he had set went out over the evening. Andrew awoke in the morning and found his feline companion had nestled itself in between his blow-up bed and his pack. The morning was spent creating a garlic pasta dish and waiting for his washing to dry. It had been there for 2 hot days, yet by midday it was ready. His time was taken up by listening to an anthemic psychedelic album and a comedy tape that tended to be dope and constipation-based. It must have seemed funny to someone, just not the polymorphist. So it was midday and Andrew had packed his pack. He had 2 options. He could either walk for a couple of hours in the searing heat, or he could take the slack chance and wait until about 4 p.m. Andrew's option was to walk, the walk in the midday sun. This is what he did with his plastic bottle of water. Andrew was walking so he could get back to the block and talk to Monica about a means of escape. Andrew stopped 3 times on the trip, the last being just after the general store. By this point, everything in Andrew's vision was white. He was just imagining what cold ice cream would taste like, that cold, creamy sensation with a sweet bite. The ice cream, oh, the ice cream, smooth ice cream with banana, ice cream in a cone, ice cream on a stick, ice cream in a tub, a tub of ice cream, a huge tub of ice cream, a tub of ice cream big enough to stick your face into. Ice cream. Before Andrew knew it, he had staggered past the entrance and wandered to Barton's building, moving turtle-like towards Mawson's caravan. "Aye, man. Andrew, man, where have you been?" It was Gordon. "Some food would be nice, some food or some water," Andrew stammered. "Hey, Forrest, can we get this boy some food?" "Not a problem, come back to my caravan," Forrest started off. Andrew dropped his backpack in the bracken and wandered after the 2 figures. They ate pilchards in tomato sauce. Forrest commented that the brine was not good for you, and passed Andrew an orange. Gordon didn't eat fruit. Andrew thanked Forrest. Gordon told Andrew of his adventures and travels to the falls. The falls had been on Andrew's way, but it would mean another hour walk, and after walking all the way, Andrew felt exhausted enough. So concludes the reading of Chapter 9 of Field of Chaos, the Jungle Edition. I'm Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.